Hi guys, this is JNM with part 6 of the high poly to low poly workflow tutorial. In this one we will use Substance Painter for texturing the low poly model. First I open Substance Painter 2017, press New and import the low poly model that we created with Blender retopology and export it as OBJ. I keep 2K resolution and press OK. Alright, here is our low poly model, and now I could import the normal map that are baked with Blender, but Substance Painter has a texture baking feature to bake the details of the high poly model to the low poly version. So let's try this. I press Bake Textures, I select 2K resolution, disable baking of the ID map, because we don't need this. And then I add the high poly version here that I exported as OBJ. I set the frontal and rear distance to 0.5 to increase the size of the bounding box for baking. And now when I press bake, the information of the high poly model will be baked to the textures that I selected. And here you can see the result, the low poly model with the maps applied, and this looks really clean and crisp. In the next step I will add a concrete material as base texturing. We have a couple of these concretes and I will try this one, which is a very light material. Now we can change the scratches or the amount of damage. Or you can use a different color for the material, like a darker gray. Yeah, this looks quite nice, but my goal is to achieve a kind of painterly look and feel. So I will try a different concrete material. This looks very interesting and more stylized, so I will stick to this one and remove the previous material. Alright, now I will use a dirt material in a layer above the concrete material. And after that I will add a black mask to it. To let the dirt appear for the inner edges, I add an MG dirt generator to this mask. For this you can change parameters like the dirt level or the contrast, and I will also set the dirt color to a darker gray tone. After that I add again a layer with a dirt material, but this time I set it to a white color. Then I create a black mask and choose an edge damage generator to produce white scratches at the edges of the model. Now we could already regard this texturing as finished, but we can add more improvements. First I will show the environment map and then enable some post-processing so that I can imagine how the model will look like when I import it into a game engine. Then I go ahead and add a paint effect above the generator of both dirt layers, and this gives me the possibility to add more scratches for the dirt in the cavities and also for the outer edges. I just select a brush and paint in dirt or scratches to make my model look more realistic and to increase the painterly style. When I paint onto the dirt effect layer with the white brush, I bring in the dirt for these areas where I'm painting. But when I do the same for the scratches layer, I add more white scratches when painting onto the mask. And I can always come with the eraser tool and remove the parts that are painted in. Okay, I will stop here for this part. In the next and last one, I will show you how to export the textures and import it into an engine like Unity or Unreal Engine 4. So stay tuned and subscribe to not miss the last step, and think about supporting me on my Patreon. This would really help me to continue creating my tutorials. Thanks for watching this, thanks for your support, and see you soon on JNM.